Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Mayank Agarwal, and in this video on day 20 of our Hello Python series, we are going to do some questions on conditionals. So if you will look back, you will actually realize how far we have come and how nicely we have understood everything in Python till now. In this class, I'm going to solve few questions with you and then also going to give you a first assignment which you can practice, and then you will feel confident about all the concept which we have studied. So let's get started. Okay everyone, so let us start. Now this is the very first question. Let me read and make you explain this to you. So the question says that implement a check loan eligibility. Okay, so just like we have this check loan kind of a, I would say, methodology, right, which banks majorly they use to see if a person is eligible for a loan or not. That determines person loans eligibility on below condition. So person age should be at least 18 years old. Of course, makes sense. If he's greater than 18 years old, then only bank will be giving the loan. If the income is greater than 30,000 or more, credit score, then let's say if the income is greater than 30,000, then we go forward and check for the credit score. So if credit score is greater than 700, then prime loan. If between 600 to 699, standard loan, and below 600, high risk. Okay, and then if income is less than 20,000, we are saying that it is not eligible. Okay, so please make sure of I would say these conditions where these match, right? So 600, then 700, in which exact condition they are gonna fall. That is very important. Like if you attempt this question in any interview or in any exam or even on any online assessment as well. Okay, so now let us go back and try to code this thing. So yeah, I have actually copied the exact same question on the notebook as well, so that it is helpful to you. So implement the check loan eligibility function. Okay, same code. Here we have this condition as well, but let us quickly write it. So first age, okay, let's say age 20. Income, let's say we are going to take 25,000. And let's say credit score for the time being, let us take it maybe 750. Okay. So first, 1 second, yeah. We have actually, I would say, just defined all of these. Okay, each and everything we have defined here. Now let us move forward, everyone. So first check is on. So we are doing everything with conditionals only, right? That is what we have learned. The concept of operators and everything, of course, they are going to come in between. So if your age is greater than 18 and at least, so that means 18 is also valid, right? So these things are very important. Okay, so let me just write in comment as well, at least. Okay, then we are going to do something else. We are going to just print not eligible, right? So let us now go back and see what exactly we have to do. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, then we have to check on the income of the person, right? So if, now please make sure that you understand this problem with the in steps, right? So first we check age. Now age is done. Now let's go to the income. So if income greater than or is and basically or more, so we have to make sure that this equal to is also going to come. So 30,000, then we are going to do something elif income greater than equal to 20,000, okay, and income less than, not equal to this time, 30,000, then we are going to do something else. Okay, else we can just 1 second, yeah, so else we can directly say, okay, we have to write something here, but should be fine. We can print again not eligible, right? Now, so we have written our loops to the two, I would say, level. We have learned about this nested loop, nested if, not loop, my bad, nested conditionals or if statement, okay, to two levels. Now we are gonna, basically you can just refer to the previous class if you have any problem in understanding this. Now we will basically go forward and see the credit score as well. Okay, so if income is greater than equal to 30,000, if credit score, okay, so I pressed tab to get this code completion thing. If credit score greater than equal to 700, okay, then we are going to print prime loan. Elif, okay, credit score, it should be better if we have this in brackets, okay, second, yeah, greater than equal to 600 and credit score less than equal to, oh sorry, not equal to this time, less than 700. Okay, so either it can be less than equal to 699, because if you see it is from 600 to 699, or less than 700, right? Then we can write here standard loan, right? And if basically we say that, okay, income else here we just writing below 60 we are writing high risk loan. Okay, so here actually it's also a good habit that we use this statement like this. So it should be greater than equal to 0 and less than 600. Okay, then we can just write print high risk loan, right? So for the timing I'm just doing this question as it is on the notebook. Okay, you have to make sure that you write for this condition, and I think you should be good to do that, right? So just for the timing I'm just completing like this, and you can see that how the concept of overall I would say your nested if is getting used here. Now let us run the same. It's showing invalid syntax, makes sense, it should be match. Yeah, cool. It is showing non-eligible. Reason, age is 20, makes sense. Okay, income greater than equal to 30,000, no. So income is actually not that. So right, that's why it is coming from non-eligible from here. Now you will see that the E I have written different so that we can actually tell from where it's coming. For example, if I make it 15, okay, and then run it, it's not eligible, but this time it is not eligible due to age. Okay, then let's make 25 and let's make it 35, and then you can see the prime loan is there this time. Okay, so we can check our code on these multiple things, and I think the overall concept is clear here. So let me just copy this code and I would say just paste this on your notes, as that will be very helpful. Okay, so everyone, I hope the question is clear. If anything is there which is not clear, just let me know. If anything at all is there which is not clear, just let me know in the comments, and I will be more than happy to make your concept clear on this. Now this is where your I would say overall this is okay. 1 second, yeah, cool. So this is the solution which you have written. Though you will be getting the notebook as well, but overall in the notes also I have written the same. Now let's move to the next question. It's a little tricky, but yeah, we will be understanding this and then doing it from scratch. So the next question is, write a program to check if the given year is actually a leap year or not. Okay. Now many students, what they understand by leap year is that if it is divisible by 4, if the year basically, okay, if it is divisible by 4, then we directly say that yeah, it is a leap year. But that is not the right check. Okay, I'm gonna teach you exactly how we check that, because it's a very important question. Get as an interview in the initial phases, or I would say in some exam as well for a company. So we have to understand this very nicely. Okay, everyone. So let us do the same. So the condition for a particular year, okay, so let us go back here. Yeah, so you will see this is the question which is asking you if a particular year is a leap year or not. This is the explanation which I have actually written, so that it basically is everything is clear to you. Okay, first this explanation tells you what exactly like is a leap year, and then the rules. So a year is a leap year if it is divisible by 4. Okay, yes. However, okay, if the year is divisible by 100, okay, it is not a leap year unless the year is also divisible by 400. So if it is divisible by 4, yes, it's a leap year. But if it is divisible by 100 as well, then we have to do another check there before we can say if it's a leap year or not. Okay. The exact reason for that is also written, the scientific reason that why we are taking this. Okay, because then some extra days are coming and everything, so you can read about this as well if you have to explain it ever. But yeah, this should be more than enough, I would say, resources which you need for explaining this. Now let us write the code for this, everyone. So let's say year, let me take 1900 for first. Okay, so pay attention, everyone. If okay, year percentage 4 equal to 0, then can we say it's a leap year? We cannot as of now, but we can say one thing for sure, that print it's not a leap year. Okay, that we can do. Now once we are inside this, let us go back and see the rules again. If the year is divisible by 100, it is not a leap year unless it is also divisible by 400. So if year percentage 100 equals to 0, then we have to check something. But normally else we can say that okay, print 1 second, yeah, print it's a leap year, right? So if by 100, then we have to do something, but if it is not, then we can say that yeah, it's a leap year. Then if year percentage 400 equals to 0, then is when we can finally say it's a leap year, right? So let us run this, everyone. Now 1900. Okay, let us first take some examples which are pretty straightforward. So 2024, right, it's a leap year. Let us take maybe 2023, it's not a leap year. Now let us take actually 1900 and see why the output was not coming, because it is very important to understand. Like this is the, I would say, mistake which many students do, okay, which they are not aware of. So pay attention, what happened. we first check for this statement, it went right. Okay. Then we check for this statement, it went right. But this one failed. Now here your Python knew what it has to do if the statement is right. But if the statement was wrong, then it has no idea what exactly to do, right? We have not written any else statement here, right? So let me just remove this, the last one, yeah. See, I have not written any else statement here. So it goes inside, and you have to understand one thing that I told you already, that these statements, okay, they are actually executed as a full block. So it is not that if this one is true, it's gonna come out and run this one. Okay, you have to understand this very nicely. Okay, so please make sure that you understand this. Rewind the video, like write the code yourself. Make sure that you see this again. But because nothing is written here, we are not printing out anything, and thus our code will in a way fail. Like the logic is right, but the code is still gonna fail. So to correct this, let me remove just everything. Yeah. To correct this, what we have to do is else, right everyone? Print not a leap year. Okay, so just again the output is different, so I know from where it is coming, and now it is showing not a leap year. Okay, so this is actually your final code where everything, like now for each and every case, you are gonna get if it is a leap year or not, because you will see that I have handled if and else both for each and every block of my statement. Like I have written 3 nested if here, right? So this is the first one. Like if we consider this the first one, then this is the second one, right? And this is the third one. And each and every if block has a else statement with it, so it knows if it is not true what it has to do, right? And this is a proper complete code. So yeah, okay, very good. Like we are able to do this thing. Just copy this as well. Let me actually just copy this on a new page so that you can go through it. Now again, everyone, please make sure that you go through the explanation as well. Of course, I have made sure that it is very easy to understand and you're able to understand it properly. Now, as a bonus to you, we actually have an assignment. Okay, so let me just show you the assignment. Before showing that, please make sure that you mail me the solution, okay, on this email ID, a little long email ID, but just my name, nothing else. So mail to mayankagarwal@gmail.com, and then I will share the solution file with you. I don't want to provide it directly because then student will not be doing it. And if you will just mail me with your, I would say, solutions, I'm going to share the solution file with you, and also check your solutions if any error or anything is there. Okay. So yeah, I think that's a very good thing. Now let me show you the assignment. It has 10 questions in the increasing level of difficulty. You will see. Okay. So even and odd, very easy. Now positive, negative, zero, grading system, leap year checker. Again, I'm asking, please make sure that you see the video and then code it. Okay. Don't, I would say, just copy the code which I have given, right? Then all these other questions, and the last one is also pretty good, credit card validator. So you will understand that exactly how in the industry and everywhere, right, these things are used. So that is the way I have actually given you these things. And of course, I have made sure that I'm explaining you everything with the usage in real life as well as in industry, and like an intuition based, I would say, approach to understand everything. Okay. Cool then everyone. So thanks a lot. I hope you're able to understand this, and I actually am waiting for your, I would say, submissions on my email ID. Once you give me that, I'm gonna basically send you the solution file so you can check that, and I'm also gonna make sure that you understand everything. Now from the next class onward, we are gonna start with loops. Okay, so again, a very important topic in programming overall, and I hope everything is clear. If you're liking exactly the way I'm teaching, all the resources and everything, please make sure that you like this video, share the channel with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of these things. Okay, thanks a lot everyone. Thank you.